Hey guys, it's Jamie and Jimbo. We love to travel, camp, spend time with family and friends, check out local foods, and especially hang out with our girls. Welcome to What a Day with J&J, where every day is a story worth sharing. Good morning, you guys. Today has already been an interesting morning for me. I was originally booked on a 5 a.m. flight out of Memphis, so I reluctantly set my alarm last night for 2:45 a.m. And you know when you get that feeling that you have slept too long? So I rolled over, looked at the clock, it said 4:15. So I jump out of bed, but knowing that that meant that I was going to miss my flight. Well, I look and I have a notification from American that that flight was actually canceled and they automatically rebooked me on another flight. So luckily, I had plenty of time to get ready. I'm here at the airport now. It is 6 a.m. My flight board's at 6:30. So let's get in, get this travel day started, and I'll let you guys know where I'm headed. Man, oh man, guys, what a day it has been already, but I'm not stopping now. It's about 3:45 and I just landed and got my rental car in Montreal, Canada. I'm so excited to see this beautiful city. I have traveled to this area of Canada before, but I've never done any exploring. So this week is the week and I want to take you guys along. So let's get on the road. I've got about a 30-minute drive to Old Montreal and I cannot wait to check it out. All right, guys, so I've made it to the Old Montreal area, and first stop is some coffee. It's been a long day. Alright guys, I've made it to the cutest coffee shop I've ever seen. It is called Olive et Gourmando. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but I just wanted to stop in and get an iced latte. So I got an iced vanilla latte, and then I'm going to head and try some Montreal bagels next. Let's give this a try. Oh wow, that is so good and so strong. Delicious. The details are so cute. They give you like a glass bottle of water and these cute glass cups for the coffee. Love it. All right, guys, that was the perfect stop after a long travel day. That iced latte was so good. So before I head and do the taste of Montreal bagels, I just kind of want to do a walking tour of the Old Montreal area. Right now I'm heading to the Old Port area of Montreal, and then I'm going to go check out some of the old buildings and historic landmarks throughout the city. So let's go. All right, yeah, this is such a cool area that you must check out when you are in Montreal. This is the old port area of Montreal. As you can see behind me, there are just vendors everywhere. There's food vendors, food trucks. There's places you can shop for local attire, jewelry. There's a place where you can get henna tattoos. Like, it's just insane. And if I turn around, you can see that behind me is the Ferris wheel. So it is such a gorgeous day out, and this is perfect way to spend an afternoon in Montreal in the summer. Like, I can just tell there are a lot of people out here, and you can tell that people flee to this area during the summertime, but I'm sure a lot of these are tourists, which is fun. Yeah, this is a great place to come and check out the old port of Montreal. So next stop is Notre Dame. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm in love. You cannot get more European than this. Like, just look. It's amazing here. I love it. I miss Europe. This reminds me of Vienna. I love it here. All right, guys, I am outside of Notre Dame Basilica. I have plans for Thursday evening to come back and see the interior of Notre Dame. But for now, I just wanted to walk on the exterior and get some quick videos. It is gorgeous. It looks like a portion of it is under construction. So maybe I'll find out more about that when I come back Thursday. But yeah, it is gorgeous. I love the detail on the exterior, and I cannot wait to get inside. All right, guys, so I have wrapped up my tour of Old Montreal. It is gorgeous. I love that it reminds me so much of Europe, especially Vienna, like I mentioned earlier. I love all of the shops, all of the restaurants where you can eat outside on the street. It is just perfect. And I cannot wait to come back throughout the rest of the week and try some dinner options in the area. But right now, I'm headed to an area called Mile End to do a taste test challenge of two of the most popular bagel shops in Montreal. It is about a 15 to 20 minute drive from where I am now, so let's head out and go try some Montreal bagels. So unfortunately, my microphone died. So what I'm just explaining here is that I'm making a stop in Café Olimpico for some coffee while I try the bagels from St. Viateur. First off is the traditional sesame bagel. As you can tell in the video, the bagel is very crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. And when I do take a taste of the bagel, I do notice that it does have a very strong nutty flavor from the sesames themselves, but the texture is exactly what I desire in a bagel. It was perfect. And for context, this bagel was not warm, and so that will make more sense when I go to the next spot. The volume will come back in just a second, but there is background noise, so I've added captions.
A kind of sweet flavor from the honey that they put in the water when they boil. Very good. Ooh, so I got a mocha flavored coffee. That is very good. And so the guy at Saint-Pierre, I could totally be pronouncing that wrong, gave me a bagel in the house. Oh my god, these are so hot. Look at that. So good. I love this texture. That is super good. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. It's nice and chewy, but still not heavy. And this coffee is so good. Oh my god. The mango flavor is delish. Alright, so first was Viateur. Next we're gonna try Fremont. It's so good. Oh my gosh. There are people staring at me outside the window, so this is fun. But it's a perfect little coffee shop. It's so cute. And you can hear like boys singing out the window and people watch, which is the best. Okay, I like this. This must be like a cinnamon raisin. It tastes so good. I like this better than the sesame. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, hopefully you can hear me because I'm charging my microphones. I was having trouble with them and that Café Olimpico. One thing I didn't notice until I took the straw out of my coffee is that they use almost like shaved ice to cool down the coffee. So it's not your traditional iced coffee like in the US, but I kind of like this where it's more of a shaved ice in there than big chunks of ice. But I didn't notice it when I was drinking from my straw, which is crazy. But I am headed to Fairmount Bagel, so let's try the second one and see how it compares. Okay, so I just left Fairmount. Just something to note is that it's cash only and that you can pay with US dollars or Canadian, of course, and then you can pay with a Canadian debit card. So make sure you have cash on you if you're coming from the States. So I went with the same two bagels that I got at the last place just so I can for sure compare the two. So we've got a sesame and a cinnamon raisin to try. Okay, so first thing that I noticed is that these are definitely more uniform than the bagels at the other location. But let's try them out. All right, so first off, we're going to try the sesame. I definitely like these sesame ones better. I think you can really taste the sweetness from the honey that they put in the water when they boil the bagels. And it's not as strong of a nutty flavor from the sesame seeds. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Really good. Definitely like that sesame better. I like the bite. It's a very crunchy bagel, and that's because they use a wood fire to bake the bagels at both locations. But very yummy. Let's try the next one. Okay, so this won't be a completely fair comparison because the cinnamon raisin is not warm. The one that I got at the other place was smoking hot, and that really helped with the texture as well. But let's try it. Oh yeah, the other one, you guys just don't know. The other one was freaking amazing. This one tastes good, and I feel like it would be so much better if it was warm. So maybe I'll try to heat it up in the hotel. But texture, the other one is so much better. I think the verdict is whichever one you choose to go with, that you need to make sure that they're warm when you get there. I think that that is the key, is to have a hot bagel right out of the oven, because at St. Viateur, the sesame I didn't care for as much, but the one at Fairmount was to die for. I don't know why it was so much different, but then again, the cinnamon raisin at St. Viateur was the best bagel I've ever had in my life. But it was hot, smoking hot. And this cinnamon raisin, the texture is off because it has been just sitting on the shelf. So I think that you can't go wrong with either place. They are both very delicious. I love the texture of Montreal bagels. I'm not a huge fan of super chewy bagels, but yeah, I'm glad I did this for dinner. All right, guys. Well, that ends my day in Montreal. I will be back. I'm going to continue to visit Montreal every evening for dinner. And then I have time Thursday afternoon after work to come back and do a little bit more sightseeing. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Now it is time for me to head to the hotel. It's about a 30-minute drive, and I got to get ready for work tomorrow. So keep watching to see what I check out next in Montreal.